What we mean is really the orthotics and prosthetics industry. This is really the industry that we're in. So I'm sales director at Qwadra, Quebec. So who we are. Eqwal is basically a large French group, about Qwadra at this point. So combined, as is mentioned here, over 70 years in expertise in the CAD/CAM industry, focusing on ONP. Throughout the group, we have a solution for everything. So from 3D scan to acquisition software to modification software, 3D printing design. That MSoft software supports some of the scanners out there that suit the actual ONP needs for 3D scanning, and having a software that is really user-friendly. A bit of the AI that we integrated recently inside the software. The past few years on two different main projects. So the first one was to automate and detect some anatomical points, and also comparing and aligning 3D models. So the first one obviously was to find those 10 anatomical points on a 3D file. The second one was to extract measurements based on those same detected points, but also developing a system of superimposing and aligning the 3D model, so compared model, to be able to extract some interesting data that we didn't have in the past. We've trained and integrated an artificial intelligence solution to get those 10 anatomical points. The average error that we saw is about between 7 and 15 millimeters. We saw a difference in between different body parts that we were scanning. So with feet, we were a bit more accurate, I would say, than compared to torso. So over 17,000 scans has been used. We started the training using also some dedicated database such as Caesar or MSR for the hand, but also automating the actual detection and measurements of the hand. So you see in the little images there. So there's a bunch of point-to-point length, but also circumference all around the actual. The second project was really working on torso to detect some anatomical points and extract some automatic measurements. And everything is available you see on the image on the right-hand side, where you see the details of all the measurements, but you can also change and move around those measurements at some points to get a more accurate data on your side. An ONP dedicated app called 3D Size Me. So where a clinician could scan any body parts easily. And on top of the app, so obviously we're using the structure sensor devices on iPads mainly, but also we use their SDK for the Face ID or True Depth feature to be able to scan with iPhones now, where they can just scan, fill out whatever they need, information about the patients, about the clinicians, and send that to the actual central fab for production and making the breaks. It's really the iPhone scanning and some iPad scanning as well, and that really simplified the actual the adoption rate of our solution, because there's no extra piece of hardware needed now. People can scan using their phone. We also have a cloud version of that MSoft that communicates with apps and custom apps like this that could, in that case, in the ONP case, that could bring some off-the-shelf recommendation right in clinic, so people could scan. And based on some measurements, they could display some results and be able to recommend in clinic the right device and the right orthotics. Because that opens up obviously the solution to more than just ONP. So anything that can work with some hockey skates company and also figure skating company, where in store they just scan clients and they can recommend right off the bat the best product they have on the shelf. And if it's not enough, and if they realize they should go for a more custom product, well, they can submit that scan to their fabrication facility when they do more and more custom products. So that's